Welcome in. This is episode 5 of this season,
Five.
I
What up?
guess.
Hey,
What's up,
we're back.
Nolan?
Hey, man, we're back again. Day
Yeah, we
late,
made it.
maybe dollar short, but hey.
Yeah, oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah. So before we get into it, I'm Zach, that's Nolan.
what's up?
This is the Fantasy Lounge. This is fantasy football content for fans by fans. You would know that if the intro played, but it
That's
didn't.
right.
That's okay.
Who needs it? Not
Yeah,
us.
we didn't used to have that,
That's
okay?
right.
That's first world
We're
stuff.
getting back to our roots.
Just chilling, just chilling.
Just hanging out, lounging, one might say.
So on this weird week, weird day to be recording, Nolan. It's of course someone's birthday, and I got to
Oh,
work and they
happy
put
birthday! I forgot.
thanks.
My
That's
bad.
fine. It's okay. They put toilet paper on my door at work.
They rolled your door.
Yes, they did. So
That's good.
Young, the owner of the dealership where Nolan and I work, ran down there and recorded me opening it. Was like, yeah, leave it up all day. It looks like it's Halloween, and it doesn't. And so I had someone walk up and go, "How do you like having that crap paper on the door?" It's great. It's
Oh, it
super
sure is
great.
a good time. I sure enjoy this.
Love
Yep.
that. So if that's not a disclaimer to how this show is going to go, I don't know what is.
The smile and nod moment. You gotta do
Yeah,
what the
that's right.
boss says, even when it's a bad idea.
Yeah. I took it off at 7 p.m. So he got
Ugh.
every minute of it that he wanted. Yeah. So, all right. Well, look, we're quarter way into the season here. We made it 4 weeks in.
That's right.
We know a lot. We don't know as much as we want to.
I still feel like we know less at this point in the season this year than we have in a while.
The
It's
one thing I always tell myself about the quarter mark of the season is a lot of what we know is going to change,
that's right. That's right.
which is super great. The only thing that I think really starts becoming reliable at the quarter mark of the season is you start seeing the defensive trends. You start seeing those defenses that are good against the run or bad against the pass and can start kind of match up playing your defenses. Before the quarter mark of the week, you were kind of doing last year's stuff or even the previous weeks. Like you're using streaming data to decide the defense you want to target. And I think at the quarter mark, you can kind of start going all season. They've been good or bad or
That's
whatever.
right. You can finally just grab your defense and just set it and forget it.
Yep.
How I do.
Yeah.
If you even play in leagues with defenses, which in my opinion you shouldn't.
Yeah. Look, we've talked about this. This is we're not purists. Okay.
No.
We don't want kickers. We don't want IDP ever. If you like IDP, that's cool. I'm not. It's not
Much
my
work.
thing.
Nope.
We'll have an IDP person on 1 week. They can talk about it, and then no defenses. Let's just
Let's
just
only talk about the things we care about, and those
skill
are
position, fun stuff.
fast guys scoring points.
Yeah. Well, not all of them are fast. You see the clip
Well,
last week where Dallas Goedert had to Jordan
he
Mailata
looks
yelled at
so
him to
slow.
unhook the trailer.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, that's amazing. All right, well, cool. So let's I guess we're going to talk a little bit about what we know through the first 4 weeks, or maybe, or like Nolan said, what we don't know completely. It's not going to be the world's longest show, and then we're going to jump into briefly this week's bye weeks, who to make sure to change your lineup, stuff like that, and then maybe even peek next week's bye weeks. So Nolan, what do we know after 4 weeks?
we know tight ends real bad this year. In the last
Yeah.
few years, you have had consistently like the guys that are gonna be the best in the leagues. You've had your Mark Andrews, your Kelseys.
Yep.
This year, tight ends awful. I think you've got to go to the number one tight end. I think it's Dallas Goedert. I think you've got to go to like both running back and wide receiver, like 14 or 15 to get to the same points. So like, there's a lot of people on here stressing streaming tight ends. Oh, who's the top tight end target? Fucking nobody. Just play one because all of them feel irrelevant this year.
Yeah. Well, and like you look at the rankings and you see Goddard as tight end 1, and it's probably not sustainable.
Well, it's also from 2 games, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. You go down 2 spots, you see a rookie, and then 2 more spots, and Freiermuth just caught his first touchdown, and that jumped him up to tight end 5. So look, stream your tight ends. You're good.
Yeah,
You're totally
just
good.
play
If
one.
you're one of
It
those
doesn't
Mark
matter
Andrews truthers, Find somebody else.
Not me. Not anymore.
But I'll also say this, if you've got that tight end that's kind of been getting your zeros, that's a lot of tight ends this season. Trust those guys that have the chance for positive touchdown regression.
That's right.
Like Freiermuth. They'll get one eventually.
Yep.
But
you get your Goddard's, your Kittles, your Komets, your Muths, the guys that have been around forever, names you know.
Yep.
So yeah.
Trust in production.
Stream also, doesn't matter.
I've been pretty down about Kelsey through the start of this season, the end of last season, and he's got his shot now.
He does. Wide receiver 1 is hurt. Rashee Rice. They still haven't announced what the hell it is, but they did put him on IR.
It's got to be a little yucky, right? Like 4 weeks minimum yucky.
Yeah. But did you see the jokes that were coming out? Because apparently his mom was just charged with porch pirating, and that I saw one. They were like, "Oh yeah, that took him so long to put him on IR because she stole the paperwork."
Yeah. Oh, that's tough, actually. I saw the wild thing was if it's not her, it's a fantastic frame job because they got the Mama Rice jersey on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever it is. And so I went, dude, if they're framing her, great job. Great job. If they're not framing her, if that's you, you're a horrible criminal.
Horrible.
Okay? You're stick to being a famous person's mom. Okay. That's enough.
Let your child support you. You'll be okay.
Yeah. Rashee Rice, get your mom out of that situation. Yeah. Okay. You got some spare time. Okay. For me, Nolan, I'm still one of the ones you talked about. So we know tight ends are bad. Stream them. As far as quarterbacks go, if you want to know who to take at quarterback, Nolan, what draft do we go to?
We go to the 2018 NFL draft.
We go to the 2018 NFL draft. So if you were lucky enough this year to take one of the 2018 NFL quarterbacks that were drafted that year, you're feeling really good about that. That's right. Nolan, give us a couple examples of those guys.
Well, the top 3 quarterbacks on the year are all from the 2018. You've got Baker Mayfield leading. You've got Lamar Jackson at number 2, 32nd pick that year. Sam Darnold, number 3 pick that year. Excellent draft class. I feel like I'm missing a big one too. Oh, that's right. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
5 guy. So you've got 4 of the top 5 quarterbacks this year, all from the 2018 draft class.
Laser Mayfield.
That's right.
Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
2-time MVP Lamar Jackson.
That's right.
And the former bust Sam Darnold.
Comeback player of the year, Sam Darnold.
I heard it this week. Sam Starnold. Okay.
Oh my God, get out of it. It's a bad name. Bad name.
It's about as good as Laser Mayfield. Okay?
No, it's not. Nothing is.
Yeah.
But
so that's
a couple comeback players there that you thought were going to be busts, but ended up being excellent.
Yep.
This year.
So look, I worry that it's not sustainable. Like I said, we talk about this, I feel like every episode, but so often the top 5 or top 10 at the position have turnover by the end of season and they finish in the middle or an injury strikes and they drop you. So it might be that you're getting close to that time to start trying to create those trade packages for those players. But maybe you believe this year. Maybe you believe none of these guys are on Madden,
I mean, it's not like Sam Darnold has played nobody defenses. I mean, he scored 23 points against the San Fran defense, 26 against the Green Bay defense, and 31 against the Houston defense. His lowest scoring game was against the Giants defense, who is bad.
Yep.
So he has put up points against good teams.
Conversely, I'll tell you, other than tonight, we're not talking about tonight. They're currently playing. If you're wondering, we're recording this during the Thursday night football game. Baker, against the only good defense he's played this year, was poor. So he played Washington. Washington, if you have a player playing against Washington this year, play them. It's a pass. It's a anything goes defense. Detroit's passing defense, poor. Now
so Brian
Sunday it looked like Sunday it looked like their rushing defense was poor, but their passing defense is not great. And then he played Philly in week 4, 32 points, lit it up.
Whoever is playing Denver that week, do not play that quarterback though.
Yeah,
Patrick Surtain has shut down every receiver he's gone against.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield against Denver this year, 10 points.
Yep.
So Denver might do it. Denver's that anti-defense, that avoid defense, and Baker has been really awesome But if he plays some tougher defenses, later on this year, he's going to see San Francisco. He's going to see Atlanta again. We'll see how that goes after tonight. Finish that. He's going to see New Orleans again. Actually, he's going to see New Orleans twice. And then he's got KC, whose defense have been amazing this year. So, you got to watch out. He's played some really not top-heavy defenses, the opposite of that. Some really poor defensive matchups through the start of the season. So,
speaking of KC's defense carrying their bum ass, what the hell are we going to do with this offense? Probably, if he keeps going on the same trajectory, might go down as top 2 quarterback all time, Patrick Mahomes. Why has he looked so bad the past year?
I'm telling you, Nolan, I don't think it's just the last year. Like, let's go to last year. So go to Mahomes last year, 23, and you're looking for 20-point performances. He finished the year 6 games straight without 20 points.
I mean, he still ended the year QB8.
Yeah. But when you hear Patrick Mahomes, do you think QB8?
That's right. Wow.
I'm telling you, we talked about it briefly last week, and you said that on the first glance at what we talked about, you disagree. I think you trade Patrick Mahomes.
I think so too. On name recognition, you could get a package for him.
Yeah, I just think people are playing him. You're playing him because of his name, and there are dudes on the waiver. Geno Smith threw 50 times last week.
I'm straight up benching him for Joe Flacco this week.
Yeah, you have to. Look, Patrick Mahomes is a streaming quarterback. Yeah. If you have him this year, unless he's against the Washingtons or the Detroits or the whatever bad pass defenses we've got, the Carolinas, you can't play him. He's just fine.
It doesn't matter how good your quarterback is. You have the worst receiver room in the league, and you just lost your only good one.
Yep. The only guy I'm playing on KC's offense right this second is Travis Kelce. Everybody else I'm fading.
I don't even fucking know about that, honestly.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy is the flex play as a best case scenario. He's like Deshaun Jackson, old school, 90 yards or nothing. Okay. Nobody else, not Sky Moore. I don't want to hear nothing else about Mecole Hardman. And maybe we're going to give it another week. Maybe Kareem Hunt. We'll see how that goes.
If you have to flex a running back this week, Kareem Hunt might not be a bad choice because Carson Steele had another fumble. They're probably going to start moving on from that dude because rookie fullback type has fumbled, 3 times now? How many fumbles does this dude have? 2 fumbles. And look, but still, it's bad.
You love the undrafted stories, but the problem is usually they're undrafted for a reason.
Yep.
So, but look, Kareem Hunt's got the same kind of projection as running backs like Zach Moss and Ramondre and Najee and Chuba Hubbard and more than Devin Singletary and Rashad White. So, you're probably not wrong. If he's on your waiver, cover up your Detroit bye because you're missing 2 of your running backs and go get you that. Or your Saquon bye. We'll get there. Let's see.
That fun stat. Oh, I can't wait. I was so excited to talk about this one. So, B. Robinson.
Okay.
What if you hypothetically drafted a couple weeks ago the wrong B. Robinson?
I tell you what, on draft day, if I accidentally drafted B. Robinson and it was not Bijan Robinson in the first round or second round, I probably would have had palpitations.
Yep.
Right? You're probably at the draft board going, guys, you got to give me grace.
You got to let me roll this back. You got to.
Yeah. I didn't mean that, right? Clearly that was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan, how has that aged through the rest of this season so far?
Perfectly. Brian Robinson looks so good. I think we kind of looked out. Jane Daniels looks like he's going to be an actual quarterback.
Yeah.
I will say I didn't think he was going to. I didn't think he was going to transition super well. But he has, and the team looks excellent. And when you got a quarterback that can chuck the ball like that, and receivers that can go downfield and catch it like Scary Terry, it's going to open up the run lanes, and it has for him.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it helps when you got fantasies like best young quarterback. And I don't mean C.J. Stroud. I don't mean Anthony Richardson. I mean Jaden Daniels. He's killing it. They said on that same thing where they were going through his nicknames, they said Jaden Manuels. Now, wait, can y'all calm down? Okay. Can y'all relax? Okay.
Also, for some reason, Atlanta still using Tyler Algier a whole lot.
They love that guy.
They
They love that
do,
guy.
man, and it's fine. Like before Bijan got there, he had 1,000-yard rushing season.
Hey,
Like he's
dude,
not a bad running back, but
last week against the Saints, he looked unstoppable. Like he had almost the same points as Bijan. So Bijan finished with 11 points. Tyler Algier finished with 10, including 2 passes caught. Right, like you'd assume like Bijan gets all the pass work. Like it was much closer last week.
Nope.
I won't talk about the Saints, though. We don't know anything about the Saints in 2024. We're gonna keep going right past the quarter mark this season.
That's right.
Let me ask you this: is Green Bay back?
Yep. The first couple drives, Jordan Love looked bad, but it was the first couple drives back after getting hurt, and then he got his shit together. Yep. I think they're all the way back, especially Christian Watson. God, dealing with another fucking injury. Yep. It really condenses the receiving room because even after he went out, they did not run more than just the other 3 receivers. They didn't throw in Bo Melton or any of the other no-name bums they've got. It literally condensed down to Jaden Reed, Romeo Dubes, and Dontavian Wicks. And Tucker Kraft has been the better tight end.
Surprise.
Sucks for me because I went out and got Musgrave in a couple places.
It's just another example. Look, we might have to put an embargo on even talking about tight ends this season. It's been horrible.
Awful.
But yeah, Dontavian Wicks, 13 targets last week. 13 targets. Now that still wasn't the most on the week, which is gross. There were receivers that had more targets than that in a game. Like there was 4 receivers that had more targets than that. But still, any receiver that's getting 13 targets in a game, even if he's the 3rd string or 4th string receiver, dude, you got to roster that guy.
Well, that's the thing. He got 13 targets, but he still had only 5 catches.
Yeah,
so he's getting the downfield shots, which are harder to catch, yes, but they are more big plays. So you'll get more points for him. But you got to catch some of those. A couple of those hit him in the hands, and he just dropped them.
Yeah, so that was his worry out of college was these stone hands. Like, and he's proved that to be relatively true, but he's just so freaking fast and talented downfield. Look, dude, he averaged 15 yards per catch this weekend. Like that's pretty good. That's not like yards after the catch. That's that's downfield traveling. And 2 touchdowns.
No Jaden Reed though. If you I still say Jaden Reed over Dontavian Wicks. I know there's some people in the fantasy community that are arguing otherwise. But I think he's just the better overall receiver, and they trust him a lot more.
Yep. Here's what we know. Malik Neighbors is so far the best receiver from that draft, and he's not going to play this week.
Is he confirmed not playing?
He did not practice today.
Oh, okay. He's probably not playing then. Got it.
It's if you don't practice Wednesday, it's a long shot. You don't practice Thursday either. We're not even tomorrow. We're gonna get an announcement that Malik's not playing. Yeah, and that sucks. If it's like having an unintentional bye week, right? Like if you took Malik Neighbors, you've been completely justified in that too early selection. But you're gonna miss him this week. You're gonna miss him this week. Nolan, last week I talked about we had our guys. Okay, we talked about our buy, sell, and hold guys. And one of my buy guys was Cortland Sutton. Nailed it.
Looking great.
Nailed it.
Bo Nix is actually looking like an actual fucking quarterback, which I was super wrong about too. I was super low on a lot of these quarterbacks, but
so through the
not last week.
He took a similar juice drink as what Jordan Love did. So that cat had -7 yards at the half passing, with 7 completions.
Yeah.
He picked it up in the second half. They did better in the second half.
I mean, also the Jets is a top 3 defense in the league against a rookie quarterback. You're allowed to have a bad game as a rookie quarterback against the top 3 defense in the league. It's all right.
Yep. So hear me out. Do you know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Malik Neighbors is the number 1 most targeted receiver, 52 targets. 2, 3, 4. Right. The 5th most targeted receiver is his partner, Wan'Dale Robinson. So
really,
if Malik is out and Wan'Dale, he's limited. He's got an injury he's nursing, but he practiced today. If he is playing and he's already the 5th most targeted receiver,
Mhm.
You got to play Wan'Dale Robinson. He's not even a flex play this week. He's like a got to get him in your lineup guy.
Damn. Amari Cooper's catching less than 50% of his targets.
Yep.
That dude's having a bad year. I'm blaming it on Deshaun Watson though.
Oh yeah. And look, they're gonna need him. They're playing Seattle, and Seattle just had an absolute shootout. Oh, so we have to mention Goff, right?
Do we?
Oh, you didn't know? I got you. Jared Goff this weekend went 18 for 18.
Oh, he had the perfect game. Yeah. First quarterback in history with over 15 attempts to throw a perfect
The last
game.
one was Kurt Warner. He went 10 of 10. This dude had 8 more.
Yep.
Now he got bailed out Chiefs style. He threw one deep late, and it was a pass interference. The Chiefs blew. I mean, the refs were like, "Nah, we got to give this to him." Okay,
helping this man out.
Throw the flag.
Yeah.
But dude, Dan Campbell didn't even give him the game ball.
Yeah, did you see in the interview? He was like, "I did not even realize, and I gave it to somebody else."
Hey, bro, these coaches don't give a shit. They won. Dan Campbell, we won.
That's all he cares about, man.
Yeah,
and I'm with him. It's all. Hell, Jared Goff probably didn't give a shit either because he just won the game. But yeah.
So look, 2024 has been
weird year.
It's been weird. Yeah, it's been weird. Tight ends, the tight end position is completely streamable. Quarterbacks that you thought were good are just okay. Quarterbacks that you never thought that went undrafted, like Sam Darnold went undrafted. Yep. Baker Mayfield, depending on the size of the league, was your second quarterback undrafted, and they're leading the league. And then, rookies like rookie receivers or younger receivers are leading it. Like Nico Collins and Malik Neighbors are your number 1 and 2 receivers. Juwan Jennings is your number 6 receiver. Like we don't know anything yet. I wanted to really come on the show, Nolan, and tell you definitively that we know a lot, and we don't. We don't.
I think another thing is normally this feels like a weird year too, because normally running back is the injury-prone position. It seems to be like it's receiver this year though, which is a little change up. Because normally I feel like you're moving running backs around a lot. You're getting a lot more handcuffs, but it probably has something to do with you're seeing a lot more committees, 1As, 1Bs. So they're not just like workhorsing it on every team. So you're getting less. But I feel like the receiver injuries this year has thrown off a bunch too.
Yeah, well, look, these guys got concussions. They've got that horrible hamstring.
Nagging hamstring. Ailment. Everybody, it feels like, has a nagging hamstring injury.
Yeah. It's got to be code for something. Like in the football world, they got to be like, nah. Like
it's called a hamstring.
What was it? Which college team was it this weekend that like the quarterback literally turned around and told the running back to go down with a fake injury, and dude just fell down. Like that's the same thing. They like hamstring, and dude just goes down. But yeah. Well, look, we're almost there, people. Thank you if you've made it this far. We're gonna hit you with our advertisement video from our sponsor, Fantasy Sports Advice Network, and then when we come right back, we'll hit you bye weeks and get out.
We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com today.
Hey. So, look, go check it out, FantasySportsAdvice.com. Find me and Nolan on there. We're chatting. We're hating. You can find our video. And, of course, you can still find us on YouTube and stuff like that. But go check us out, FantasySportsAdvice.com. Become a part of the community. If you're a content creator, get on there. Post your content. Through that website, they allow you to monetize your content and get it in front of people who don't want to deal with a bunch of BS. They just want to talk about fantasy football. So, shout out. All right, Nolan, we got bye weeks. Our first bye weeks. So, and it's a big one. There's 4 teams.
Yeah, 2 teams matter a lot more than the other 2 teams, though.
For me, it's a running back bye week. This is a horrible week for running backs.
Yeah.
So you've got just at the running back position, you've got two starters. You've got Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. One of those guys is a RB like one. One of those guys is a flex. You've got J.K. Dobbins, who's been an RB2 this year.
Are you sleeping on David Montgomery again?
Yeah, David Montgomery. What'd I say?
Nothing.
Yeah. For the Eagles, Saquon's out. That sucks. Saquon's been really good this year.
David Montgomery is RB9.
Okay, so he's an RB1. I said flex. I take it back. David Montgomery. The Lions having that many good running backs is gross.
Dude, it's crazy. They run the ball so fucking well. It's
gross.
wild that you're sustaining two RB1s on
my bad.
Team.
My bad. You got two RB1s out. You got actually, dude, between the two Lions guys that are out, J.K. Dobbins with the Chargers,
that's right.
Saquon with the Eagles, and then an RB2 and Tony Pollard. This is a horrible week for running backs.
Yeah. And I think Tajay is like 40 something, so he's flexible. So hurts for running backs. Honestly, kind of hurts for quarterbacks too. Goff solid, Hurts solid. Herbert's dealing with an injury, so he's hit or miss. Will Levis,
all-time run.
Fuck him.
On bad plays, dude.
Oh,
all time. You see the one this weekend where like someone's massaging something and he's getting this like yuck, like he's like.
Did you see where he was saying, "Oh, I didn't see him"? He threw the interception. He's like, "I didn't even see the guy."
Yeah, dude, he's
bad.
They need to put him in a tent when he's not playing because they're looking for it. They're looking for the stupid thing that he does.
What was it? Who was seeing ghosts? Was it Sam Darnold actually?
It was Sam Darnold, bro.
Seeing ghosts.
He's recovered.
My God,
he's recovered.
He got exercised. It's all right.
He called. This is a deep cut here. He called Luigi, and Luigi got all the ghosts. Okay?
That's right. Him and his fucking vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, that's right. So look, we've established that we need more time on 2024 before we can tell you what we know definitively. We just don't know. It's been a wild ride. We talked about, of course, our sponsor, fantasysportsadvice.com, and then we talked about our bye weeks. So you got another 4 teams next week. If you didn't get on the waiver this week and grab guys like Kareem Hunt or Trey Sermon or Dontavian Wicks, you need to go ahead and start looking at who you're going to have out for next week and then start acquiring those.
That's right. Also, especially if you're on a team that uses Fab. Hey, man, it's about time you got to start using that stuff.
Spend it.
If you don't use it in the next week or two, you're probably going to end the year with some, and that's not what you want to be doing.
Yep, and this is the week where look, we're the casuals. Okay, that's what we do for you. Okay, we're hanging out.
Fumble.
Week 4 is when all of the guys who started the season on IR get their practice windows opened up. So your Nick Chubbs,
Hawkinson, Jonathan Brooks.
Yep. Go look them up. If they've been sitting on waivers, and they should be, because what do we do, Nolan? We don't draft
injured players.
We just don't.
We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com today.